Alright, everybody, hope you're doing well. We are beginning, hopefully, with the conclusion of the battle that we did not quite get through in the last episode for reasons. Anyways, up here there is a delayed Union attack that, well, it has several choke points open. I think we're doing an okay delay. We might need to move some other folks up just to relieve that cavalry after a while, but I think a brigade sitting on the back of Ball's Fort is more than enough to defend it. Anyways, that's what's going on up there. Over here, we received an attack in the last episode. It made a lot more progress than I thought it would, but I decided to then counterattack rather than let them kind of gather themselves up here and maybe try again. And also to prevent them from being able to withdraw without taking heavy casualties for this attack. It's the end, or it's getting near the point of winter quarters, going into the 63-64 winter. And so I figured, if we can strike one last big blow, we might do worse in the relative casualty trade as a result, but in the total number of casualties inflicted, I hope that we do a little bit better. So without further ado, all right, so I've already, oh, you got to be kidding me, man. This is the worst. No, this is actually not the worst intro to a video I've ever had. No. But we're still going to try to make the most of this. In terms of casualties we can do, yeah, that's a fine movement. This group ought to get ordered up. To there. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Purdy, you guys got sacrificed there, and it wasn't great. Here, let's turn to face. Ooh, you all might not be too far behind. Yeah, that group is still healthy, but we'll see how they feel after the first SC Cav get into them. Too bad we don't have the charge option here. I don't know, some of these controls just don't feel like they work. I think this is because the officer issuing it's like too far away or something. I don't know. Yeah, so not perfect on our end, but I did want to try to leave the Union with a battering if we are at the end of the 1863 campaign season. So we will find out. I think over here, yeah, it doesn't even look like they seriously, yeah, they're not even trying to keep Head back, and I think Head is just happy to hang out there. So that is the story up there. Well, I guess little did I know I could have finished this in the last episode, but I had felt like that for a while, and it wasn't happening. So why don't we have your artillery battalion just shoot at him? Why don't we have your artillery battalion do the same? And at least they'll break, and that should help us. And yeah, what's this group? They're nervous. Okay, we could probably break them as well. You should be able to break them. Oh, and unfortunately we got the 13th South Carolina broke, but it happens. Alright, they're in a bad way. They broke. Probably use you guys to deal with them. Use you guys to deal with them. I think this Cav here is going to get this group. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the fish in a barrel analogy comes to mind here. And we'll try to push some pressure here on Davis. That might be one of the last regiments, might be the last regiment that we're able to capture here. Not capture, but be able to knock off with breaking, and I doubt that's going to do much. But anyways, that was that one. Yeah, you can see we had a lot more. It should not be viewed as like any sort of great move on my part. In fact, I think the relative casualties is under where I would have thought that this should be. Because I think we had twice as many brigades and got to fight on the defensive. Man, 18th Tennessee, what do they have in terms of weapons? Oh, okay, yeah, they're doing it with plains rifles, and they have a very nice angle to do that. So that was cool. It's weird how you can see, like, the wounded animation. Not weird, it's you know, it's supposed to be there. Feels like it comes through a lot better here in Lossless, on top of the improved 3D models thing. You know what? We're gonna get Davis. We're gonna get him through that lost resilience getting expended. I don't think these guys are needed over here. That's just a detachment, so it's not, yeah, there's not too much to be gotten there. 39th New York is probably a bridge too far, so let's just do that, collect ourselves, get the final. My artillery still is finding stuff to shoot at. Oh, I didn't see these guys. The 2nd Minnesota. I guess they're closer than I thought they were. Yeah, they were. Huh. So we'll get the final numbers when we get the newspapers, and they'll tell us what we did. But you know, 2-to-1 is fine. 3-to-1 or better is preferred. And I looked at the number of those who are just out of the war for good. So it's POWs, it's killed, and then you got to kind of make some sort of guess about missing, wounded, about how many come back. And I think there is a ratio who do return. I don't know what it is, and I don't recall really what affects it, but it would be interesting if hospitals, because I thought what hospitals did is they increased the rate of returning disabled to the ranks, but I don't know if they actually increased the survival rate of those who are wounded returning. That might be an interesting buff. Anyways, the enemy suffered, so 542 killed. So for them, it's almost 1,200 out of the war. And for us, it's 176 who ain't coming back, 233 missing or wounded. So I'll take like half of that, and I'll say it's probably a little under 400 for us. And so that's about a 3-to-1 ratio of those who are now out of the war. General Kershaw becomes a national hero. General Kershaw was the brigade at the top that I don't think, if anything got engaged, I think it was its cavalry holding the fort above. All right, we fixed the scaling there, and, well, we didn't fix the music. There we go. That should fix the music so that it's louder than the in-game shooting, but quiet enough you can hear me say whatever stupid stuff I normally say. Now, is this another auto-resolve, or is this the previous one? I think this is another one. And my preference is if... hold on. Oh, Fort Gibson. All right. So I have to pause it in game. Fort Gibson is Oklahoma. Indian Territory is what I think they call it on here. So that's good news, because I want to... Oh. No, don't do that. No. Yeah, that... Did you actually take the right way? You did. Very good. Wise? No. 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 Alright, we'll have to come back and deal with Wise. But anyways, that was some good news. I forgot this is Union territory. I think there is a pre-war act I could take that would, I think it's alliance with the natives or something like that. Oh yeah, we should probably play this. Well, I don't want to play this forward because I actually want to make sure that we can fight the other auto-resolve back in the east. But yeah, this was going on. This is going to be my kind of last hurrah before the winter quarters kicks in November. We have a little flotilla here, the Mississippi Squadron. It's mostly cotton-clad rams, and so it shouldn't be attacking forts. But it can run interdiction, I think, up here, because Nashville kind of matters a bit more. Or at least clearing other Union squadrons, maybe north of Fort Pillow. I don't know. We'll see. But it's, yeah, that's that. Also, if you weren't with us in the previous episode, we have Lee's Corps coming down to find, well, we have a squadron, see who is with the Army of New England, because according to our map filter, the Union has a real presence here. This is actually, and it's probably because when I was leading the Union, we took Fort Macon, and so that gave us an area here. They've landed here and got the squadrons here. Maybe that's part of it. And I assume that there are some divisions with the Army of New England. We are going to find out very soon. And we're going to do a reconnaissance in force there. But yeah, if we can fight a battle, like a new battle here, I'm interested. And it looks like all the divisions I have are here. 6 Confederate against 5. So the last battle, the battle you just saw end, was a 6 on my side versus 3 on their side. This is going to be much closer. So I'm inclined to fight this. And let's see what happens. On the top line, there's really not much new to report. Their national morale might have went down a point. But that's about it. Why am I talking about this? We have a battle to fight. Let's go do it. I've also restocked my personal coffee supply, so I'm ready to go for it. Let me work on the volume here and bring it back. Well, in any event, so if you're just joining us, first of all, welcome, good luck. And second, I do have lossless scaling running, and it's captured in OBS, and so I'm usually, we'll see in this battle, I might actually fall below 60 frames per second in battle, and so then you'll see that. But it's like much better than the normal like 10 or sometimes 15 frames I'll get, right? 45 or 50 is still much better. So there's that. There's the improved 3D textures mod that someone else made, and as long as the devs don't update the game, I can continue to play with it. And so I know not everybody loves this, but I'm rooting for the devs to just not do it. I've already modded the game to the point where I like it. I got it. I don't seem to have game-breaking bugs. And so just let me play with my improved 3D. I would rather have the visual appeal of improved 3D textures, particularly in battle, than to fix something that I don't even have a problem with or something like that. But I might dream. I'm also have the feeling that because maybe we're up to, they said they counted brigades. I don't know if they actually meant brigades in this. With all those divisions, I think there are far more than the brigades they thought there were. I think they actually meant that there are 6 Confederate divisions and 5 Union. I wonder if it's too much for the game to handle. And this might be a long load. And maybe it just came through. But the other thing I was going to mention is last evening, through no fault of my own, I was actually just trying to free up some space on the hard drive. I tried to get rid of the old, so this is AMD system. The system isn't old, but I had a bunch of old graphics drivers updates. And so I thought I was removing just those, and I removed most of the other AMD graphics stuff. And so I had to reinstall it. So I don't know how it looks now. We just lost lossless. Huh? What? What are we doing here? All right. So that got it back on. Sometimes when we load in and out of stuff, we just lossless just shuts off and we kind of revert back to the vanilla game. So we gotta. I hate. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't like when there are points that are this close to the map edge. I like the multiple point thing. I don't mind that they're far apart. That doesn't bother me, but I just don't like when it... Blackburns is like as close as I would ever want a point. There is one over here, because we had it in a couple episodes ago. Over here. And, yeah, anyways. Anyways, I told you that to tell you who knows what. I think on Blackburn's ford, let me just see. Yeah, so it actually falls down on our side of the ford. I think we just push to it, right? If the Union actually is it, well, the Union actually might be up here at McLean. In which case we could probably outmaneuver it. So there's a lot of housekeeping I like to do before battles because it's faster to do it here than elsewhere. What's the terrain? Yeah, it looks pretty flat and open. I think I could probably get away with just having the artillery move across. We could line up. I guess we did not detach them. That's what I meant to do. Sure. Cav, I usually want to detach. I hate that they come in by default on cold steel. I'm much more about, scouting and skirming and that kind of stuff. So, anyways, that's my preference. But I think we're going to send cable up this road. And if we need to clear off anyone over here, we can begin to use cable to do that. Lawton's artillery. I think for now, we put it up over here. It's pretty close to roads, and I like keeping my artillery close to the roads, but it's not in the road obstructing anyone. It should have decent sight lines on anything that's over there. We'll see, and yeah, we will see. We will leave it at that. Now, are these guys actually that bad? Their morale? It might be. Well, again, let's not have you on cold steel looking for a scrap. And I'm reading Hardy's units as just a number of those regiments are beat up. And so maybe Hardy needs to come back and not be the first in. Kershaw maybe can actually earn the accolade that he got in the last episode. I don't know. Do we want any artillery over here? I guess if I really don't like this. But I'll do it. Sorry, Walker. There. Hopefully that doesn't create a whole lot of problems. They're close enough to the road that I can get them out if I need to. Perry is up there. Perry's Kev. We're gonna do that. I will put out scouts when the time comes. But we're gonna have Rowley pressing up there, so maybe we have them scout the top side. And then have Kershaw, just so his troops are near the road. That's not the way they're going to fight. But that is that. Yeah, you might hear a rooster in the background. Don't mind him. He's not mine, but he is trying to make his presence known in this campaign and get the message out to everybody that he exists. I don't know what to do with this artillery here. I think maybe we just put it over here and then do something else with it later. Alright, so we do that. We want to detach you so that if I give Fulkerson more general orders, you don't take those up. I don't know. I think we just keep the Cav close. I don't know. I kind of suspect the Union might try to attack over here for reasons known only to them. I don't really care. I don't think I care, at least. All right, we'll put more artillery. Nah, you know what? We'll put some up here. Just in case there is something to shoot at. But man, that first South Carolina Cav. I think they were actually at the end of the last battle. I think they were doing good work. So anyways, there's that. I don't know what I do with them, though. I don't really want them. Yeah, see, some, like, Hughes's brigade is fairly beat up. So Garland Jr., maybe you're one of those that's also more of a reserve. But I spent enough time setting things up. I'm not even going to go with engineering points. I have to be on the attack. Yeah, I could do it, but I'm not going to. All right, rally in your semi-beat-up state. Move up to that crossroad there. Head in a not really beat-up state at all. Is still going to push up and see what he can see. Trig. Sometimes I say I wish there were more hotkey options you could do, but I'm not good with hotkeys, so I don't know that it would actually help me at all. All right, so we have those folks moving out. I'd like to get some idea of what's up here. But this crossroads here by the McLean house is important. From that, if they try to attack over McLean's fort, it's usually not going to go terribly well for them. If we have the backside. Okay. Maybe this gives you the feeling that this is the McLean farm. I thought there actually was... I guess there is no farmland over here. I thought there was like some fields and stuff. So there isn't much. Well, it's still good to know. Cables oh, they're back there. I see. I forgot. I don't think I've ever actually used this little bit of railroad. This might be the one battle where you actually can. If the Union comes down here, we'll hop into it. But we'll do that. I think we could safely move. I think this is high ground, if I can remember from that not so great battle a couple episodes ago where it was this part of the map. We actually had a larger relative advantage and then completely bungled it because the group on the right over here just went much more quick than I thought they would. And actually, I think, was it Garland Jr. who arrived a bit late on the left? Anyways, we're going to do that. Kershaw is going to come up here. Walker, I think you can safely move up to there. Move you up there. Not too sure what to do with you. I mean, maybe that's the way. Maybe. But we'll do that. White isn't seeing much, it looks like. And that's good to know. All right, Hardy we're going to try to keep back. That was the plan. And I think Fulkerson is the next that's in like a good enough shape that he might be able to do something useful. Now, I thought I had 6 divisions. Am I waiting on one? More likely they're all here and I just miscounted. Garland Jr. Fulkerson. Hardy, that's 3. Cable is 4. Kershaw is 5. Well, I don't know. I'm also not sure why I'm up by this much. It might just... I mean, I can read. I know it's morale, but... Huh. So you're moving up. That's fine. Garland Jr., I don't know. You got a questionable brigade in Bagby Jr. But maybe you'll be the first reserve? Maybe. And Hardy, maybe you'll be the absolute last. And otherwise, I think we make a push up to here. Rowley, you don't need... Yeah, you don't need that anymore. We got it. Perry actually could pitch up. I saw Mitchell and mixed Perry and Mitchell and got pitch. Meigs? That's for the enemy, man. Where did he come in? Okay, way back at Centerville. Alright, well, we will have to try to make this a quick one. A quick strike and then defend. might be the way to go. There's just so much infantry there. I really don't want my cav. I have such a tendency to get them killed for really no reason. I mean, the cav might be able to defend like a ford there. That's fine. I assume we're taking fire. Wow, that is a cracked battery. Maybe not. It's hard to tell. Alright, but we have cav out. Let's get them in what I would consider fighting formation. Move this other cav up here. Get these guys down and out. I think I'm also... Yeah, there is another cav group here. That's who I forgot about. Okay, we don't need you scouting either. Can move you there. And then white, I just don't know if I care to have you back there. I don't think so. Okay. So we'll see where the shells fall here. There is a bit of a defilade here. There's the McLean house. Is that the McLean house that there's the story in Ken Burns' Civil War? I forget his first name, but it was something McLean claimed that the Civil War started in one of his rooms, and then at Appomattox it ended in one of the others. I think it was. I just don't remember his name, and it's not particularly important right now. So for historical preservation reasons, I will try not to destroy the McLean house. I promise nothing. Alright, it looks like only some of the guns here have decent sight lines, so we'll move them up there. I assume if they don't have great sight lines, then they probably don't either. This might help, but I think the infantry and cavalry are probably gonna get out first and obstruct their line of sight, but whatever. Alright, so we're building up here. Ooh, we gotta get you guys up. Could probably safely put you guys over here. It's further away from roads than I would like. But I think it has good shots here. So any Union that's going to approach to come over, and that is a choke point. That I think is supposed to be wide enough that you can't cross it unless you go through the ford. And so it looks like artillery that's sighted here would have a good time. You can even see some of the Union skirms up there. Oh my goodness, you guys are starting in on the coffee and hardtack thing. Smith, no, Smith, you got to move up much further. Yeah, we're gonna move you up there. Yeah, Steedman's a brigade, not a division, so I feel like there's a lost division, but I could check the HQ report, and that would sometimes tell me. I think it's weird. I don't know if it's always accurate in these 15 hours for Martin's division. Yeah. I think as ridges go, eventually, if I can take Blackburn's ford, I probably want to get my artillery up here, over here. It should have great shots on anything that approaches. and then a little bit more to deal with any sort of approach from here. And then I think if we get to an overnight, we might be able to entrench a little bit and just go from there. All right, Kershaw. Got to try to find like the... And I see that one of Kershaw's brigades is still lagging. They're in decent condition. I think we just develop it and just wait for our numbers. Several batteries have found their targets. We'll see if there's any perks. So they're close to a perk. They have theirs. We don't have cover for them at the moment. This is one of those cases where it doesn't really help. Skilled laying. So that's counter battery fire. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we've received any artillery fire yet. So I'm not really... That's another one. Sapper gunners. Alright. Some of those are not as experienced, but... Alright. Here, while we're waiting, why don't we move that artillery up there? Ah, they set it in perfect synchronization. Just what we were hoping for. So again, we see we have a brigade here, ready to go. A brigade here. Looks like a brigade here. That's it. We only have like 3 brigades ready to go. Got a lot there. And judging by the sprite animations, it looks like most of these batteries have eyes on something. Lowry, you are part of Cable. Cable is... His infantry is in position. I think what we do with him is we move him up to the point where I think this is as far as I can move him up before I put out skirmishers. And I think at that point you would want to put out skirmishers and advance. And I think I'm about to do that with Kershaw. Yeah, I think I'm about to do that with his division. Again, I think this is, well, probably about as close as we can get. Kick out skirmishers and then just advance from there. And we'll wait for the reserves to get in position behind him, but it looks like it's only wide enough. And this is at the very beginning for 2 divisions, but it's going to be less than that as we move on. Alright, so we're starting to take some artillery fire. Where have I ordered you all? Not good. So... From here, they can shoot anybody who approaches, and they have a pretty quick... They'll have a pretty quick movement onto this road by the McLean house, and then up there once the infantry push through. So I think that'll be the plan for that. White's cavalry... think... wanted another Cav group over there. Now we'll do a graphics check to see if it looks good. I think it looks pretty good. Again, if you're expecting total war, I understand. They set the bar high, but... Did oh no, that is as far up as that felt like I was about to crash. Glad I didn't. I didn't realize it because, you know, this is kind of the corner of the map. This is actually a pretty sweet position. You don't have shots there? Here, we'll try to fix that. If they have shots, I'll let them shoot. But if not, I think that is a fine position. I don't know if I want to move this whole battery. The problem is it's far away from a road. And so maybe we just keep folks together and go from there. My goodness, how is there a unit that still has mixed muskets? I thought I got rid of all of these. This is like deja vu all over again. This is what happened last time I was here. I was like, wait, what are all these mixed muskets? And I really thought I solved the problem, but I did know that there were some who didn't have it. So this is McAllister's brigade in Cable's division. Oh well. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, but oh, okay. I was gonna say, how do we have skirmishers out already? But the good news is, well, you could tell that these are new troops. But you got to get experience sometime, and I guess this is going to be your time. So, all right, we got you all here. That's fine. Let's do the thing. I doubt they're going to keep my advice to go with medium range, but a commander can dream. Alright, skirmishers are out. Artillery is here. The two lead divisions are ready to go. Fulkerson's, which I think is like a lead / reinforcing division. Going to move them up here. That's actually really not that good. We're going to have to give the order by brigade, I think. And we got to have McLaws move up. And you know what? If they want to fight, let them fight. Same thing here. Alright, so you're part of Kershaw's. I think I actually want Featherston to call in his skirmishers and then serve as a reserve brigade for McLaws and Jenkins. I think there's something I'm supposed to do to have the skirmishers stay in front of the unit, but since the no. All you were told to do was to recall your skirmishers. You were not told to jump into the water. I know that those two things sound really similar, but no. Can't do that. That was weird. Okay. So Featherston, that is where you go to reinforce. And now we're getting to it. The 11th Iowa is here. Ooh, no. Well, the 6th Tennessee is no... Okay, let's just shoot. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's a shootout. All right, that's what we like to see. Cable. I think we're going to do the same with you. We'll send McAllister up here. Lee, we will send up here. Lowry, we're going to recall your skirmishers. I also want to set these things to... Yeah, I wanted to set them to counter battery. I don't know why they're set to both. And as much as possible, let's counter bat. Alright. Alright, let's go watch the fighting. I hate missing the fighting, but I had some administrative stuff to do. If we have to charge, we will. Bonner? What? Alright, we can see the Union forces on the right over here. I thought skirmishers used to automatically kind of try to stay forward as you moved either the brigades or the skirmishers. Alright, so the 4th, looks like 4th Alabama sent Hubbard's... I don't even know who they sent running. I can't even find them. But this Hubbard's brigade, which is not... Okay, the 4th Native Regiment is about to get the cold steel. 4th Native was whipped out. Oh no, that is Cav at point blank range shooting my guys. Alright. They're all moving over here like this, and then Lowry is the kind of reinforcing brigade over here. I'm not sure why they're moving so slow. I can't imagine that march really exhausted them that much. Whitting is now wounded. Alright. Oh, you skirms. You're killing me. Rejoin the parent unit. Alright, we gotta wait till our right side gets up here a little bit better. Fulkerson. I think... Actually, no. We probably just want you here. That's probably what we want. Head can move up here. I do see that it looked like there was some infantry headed this way. We're going to use the cav here to stall that. Alright, you know what? If we don't have any counterbat targets, just go back to fire at will. If you can hit something, that's better than nothing at this point. At any point. Okay, this is Featherston's reserve brigade. Which it doesn't... It's not what it looks like we need right now. Okay, Georgia needs to fall back. Oh, you know what we could actually do with Featherston is bring him up. We could actually do this. Since we haven't been pushed out of here, and we want to guard our right, McClaw's brigade along the water here looks to be in the best position. So I think we just move them up. Tell them to charge if they have to. Jenkins Brigade. I'm going to do something similar with. We could tell them to charge if they have to. I don't think they have to, though. Alright, over here, these are the noobs. This is their baptism by fire. Alright. Let's square you up. Okay, you want to watch your flanks here. Okay, you're crawling up there. And I guess this is just the slow push. Alright, I think we've cut off Mitchell's Ford successfully. Fulkerson. I think I'm getting Fulkerston and Featherston mixed up. Not at all. Oh, no. Where is that a bat? Oh, no. Alright, let's pull them back. They already have an order to retreat, so let them do that. And then let's just remove them from further unit moves. Alright, this group here does not need skirmishers out. Oh boy! Oh boy! That is going to be brutal. Yep. We'll have the Cav come down here and do what they can. I don't know what you guys are going to be able to do. And I think this brigade just needs to wheel. And then McAllister's brigade, it's doing the right thing, I think. This is the unpleasant part. The really unpleasant part. We gotta go this area here that is just... It's super open. All right, so I'm gonna order McAllister up here because it looks for the time being, that we might win on this flank. And we need everyone we can to try to finish off Blackburn's Ford, because that's the actual goal. Let me zoom out, see if I'm missing anything. Nothing's been reported yet. Fulkerson has just got mud all over his boots. Roddy? Yeah. Unfortunately, friend, you moved too well. Did more or less exactly what you should, but... Alright, we're gonna move these guys back to here. We're gonna move him back. And in fact, we're going to move that whole brigade up because they have largely not taken any casualties, and everyone else has. So we've held this crossing for the time being. I think we're gonna pull back. We can't pull back. We gotta help over here. You're okay. You're okay. You are not okay. We will detach you and pull you back. I don't think we got them out in time. We did not. It's too bad. It's a crack unit. Good leader too. So the Union's sending in reinforcements. We're going to try to interdict them right here. We'll have them fall back. We're still trying to cut off that reinforcement. I don't know that it's going to happen. It doesn't look good. Not look good. Okay, well, first of all, Kershaw needs to get up with his men. Fulkerson. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe, but I think we got too much cavalry and artillery looking over that. Why are you guys going over there? Fulkerson, we need you. More like that. We can have this cav come up and try to cover the crossing. We can even try to reinforce it with some artillery. You know, consequences be darned for how close they are to the road or not. But we gotta try to do something there. Move him there and detach him. Okay, we really need this brigade to start swinging. And actually not really like that, but like that. I don't know. I think the Union's a little too thick here in the center. I'm not sure we're going to get it. And you guys have just not taken orders well. You got to get there. got to get them moving. Alright, I hear stuff over there. I hear stuff over here. It's a lot. I think there's still a battery back here that could get moved up to where we could use it, which is right here. Alright. We've come down on the right. These guys have got to be... They cannot be long for this world, right? Alright, we made our way in. That's hard to believe. If any of that is true. If it can be believed. Alright, again, we can use Cav to cover this. We don't cover that crossing. Get you up there. Nobody needs skirmishers out. Collect those skirmishers and move. Gotta keep the pressure up here. Union's back in this pocket. I thought they had reinforcements on the hill. Now I'm not so sure they do. We're starting to cap Blackburn's ford. They're starting to withdraw. It looks good. For now. For now it looks good. Alright, and I think for our part, we actually don't have to contest that as vigorously as I have. Because if you kind of step up into the peninsula, you can get shot from all sides. If we kind of bait them over, or act like they should come over to us, then we should be in a better position. Alright, we're going to move this artillery up here, just so it can look right down that road. This already seems to have shots, so I'll just let it do its thing. While the infantry try to fight... Oh, we got him to retreat. Alright. I was not sure we were going to get there. I don't know, there was a moment when I got up to... Right before Blackburn's fort, and I saw all that Union back there with infantry and artillery and infantry on the hill behind them. I was like, oh, this isn't good. Yeah, we certainly can't dawdle if we're going to be here. Alright. Yeah, I think this artillery's here too late to mean anything, but... Alright, we're capping Blackburn's. They've already made the decision to retreat. And it looks like they've withdrawn to their side of Blackburn's fort, so... Looks like these will be the remaining skirmishes. 4th North Carolina Cav is good. 2nd Virginia is developing competence. 3rd Kentucky is really good. They just seem shook by something. Alright, 7th Iowa is going to fall back rather than continue to receive that, and I think that's our cue to move forward. Right, there's really nothing left on our side that I see. I don't see anybody sneaking in behind us. Yeah. That was a wild one. But that was actually a good one. It was one where I think because the AI actually had good numbers, a decent place to defend, and all that, that they stood in the fight for a while. And there's a moment when I got up and cleared the one side of the woods on Blackburn Ford, and then I looked across and I was like, oh my goodness. I don't think we're going to have the men to do it. But if we fall back at that point, we're just going to get murdered. So had to push forward and hope that reinforcements would show up and make a difference. And winning on that far right, that little corner where the Union, Roddy didn't do bad. I think he was the one that he just marched out too fast. He actually did exactly what he was supposed to do, and nobody else was able to keep up with him, and so it ended up becoming very bad. Yeah, but that was pretty fun. Now we'll hope to load in without crashing, and as I see the little thing spinning, so I don't know. I don't think OBS is capturing my mouse. I think I turned that off, but 98% is often where things can freeze and take a while. 100% is good. That looks like it's made the transition over. So let's see. Basically 3,000 out of the war for them, and for us maybe 750. So that certainly checks the 3-to-1 threshold. Now I see the other problem is in dealing with that, we have a new threat arises here further to the west, and that's at Winchester. I think the move is to move up McIntosh's corps to reinforce. I really wish if you just ordered the corps that there was an option just for the divisions to fall. I think there is a way to do it, but it seems a bit wonky in this game. Yeah, so. Alright, so we send out orders for all of them as fast as those divisions can move to move. Okay, looks like they already had railroads checked off, so that's correct. McIntosh gonna move up with the boys. There we go. Oh yeah, we should let that go forward. I think we're gonna need more. And I don't know where they're gonna. I think they have to come from over here. Where is this? Oh, this is over here. All right, so we have the advantage. Yeah, we should have the advantage. Let's load in and see what it is. I'm not going to play this battle in this episode because we've already gone over an hour, and you know, with 50,000 men likely to come up in this one, I just don't want a monster upload here. It'll take 3 days to upload, so we'll keep the video hopefully to just under 75 minutes, but I don't think I've seen Hood fight in a while. We'll see if we get the Winchester map. I mean, that's one I like. I think further south you sometimes end up rolling the Newmarket map. Which is also pretty good. I like Winchester more. I don't know what others' thoughts are, but it's got a little bit of everything. You know, yeah, it looks like the Winchester map. We are defending it. Yeah, so Kernstown is very defensible. So, well, they're calling Hood's corps here, right? And his corps is just long enough to deal with that. Here, we'll put him back by the roads. And that's not how I'm going to defend that. Since Kernstown is the only point that matters, right? because if you hold that, it's still more than Sandy Ridge. Yeah, and we can actually defend Kernstown if we wanted to over here. And we got 23 engineering points, which is it's probably enough for level 1, level 2 parapets, which are honestly good enough. I'm just trying to see where the Union's going to enter. Probably up here and then just come all the way down through Winchester. So I would expect attacks along any of these roads. We're going to have to play a little wide, but we're going to use our cav to scout. But I'm going to let that be it for this episode. You know where we're starting in the next one. I hope to have you back for it.